So the first part that I will explain you is the Research and Innovation Participant Portal, which has been now revamped. It has a new look as of the 4th of December, so 2 weeks ago. Over there, I will show you what are the main services that you can find when you access this portal, because this portal is the central point of contact with you that you're going to have with us in the Commission, not only for the projects, but also experts. They go through this portal if they want to collaborate with us and evaluate or monitor the different proposals for the project management. So everything is through the participant portal. Then I will go into the application that we use for the project management, which is NEF. NEF means Negotiation Facility. The main use of the tool is for negotiations, but we also use it for amendments and for periodic reporting. So this is the agenda for today. Please, you have some questions. You can maybe after each part you can ask me though. So like that we can go faster with the presentation. So the participant portal. I guess you are all familiar with the participant portal. It's the single point of entry for you, people interacting with the Commission for the research and innovation. It's for FP7, it's for CIP, and as of last week, it's also for Horizon 2020, the new framework program of the European Commission. And of course, you know that if you want to interact with us, you need your ECAS login, which is the authentication service. And the portal, apart from using ECAS, it has also their own role-based authorization. So this is a mechanism to manage all the different roles that you have in the project. You are a coordinator, a beneficiary. There are other roles also per entity, like the LEAR, the Legal Entity Appointment Representative. And as you know, the link is eceuropa.eu Research Participant Portal. The link is the same, even though now, as you can see, the look is different. We have changed it to make it also available for Horizon 2020. But in order to access, it works the same way. You have the login. It's now on the top right part of the screen, and over there you will need your ECAS password, which is your login that you use normally to interact with us. So that doesn't change. As you see, since the 4th of December, we have a new version. It's fully adapted for Horizon 2020, and over there, what it changes is that you have now when you log in, you have on the top left part of the screen your My Area, where you have My Organization. You can find your proposals, projects, and also it's available for experts because they also interact via the portal, as I was saying. So this is the new look. This is what you're going to be seeing from now on when you go to the portal. And as of last week, we have also published new calls for Horizon 2020. So when you go to the portal, you have funding opportunities, and over there you can find information on the remaining calls for FP7, because there are still some ongoing, and also the new ones for Horizon 2020 in case you want to participate in the new program. So what are the services that you can find in the portal? As I was saying, you find the negotiation, amendment and periodic report, as you can see. For DigiConnect, we use the application NEF that is integrated into the portal. If you interact with other DGs, maybe RTD, they have for reporting, for periodic report, they have another application, but in our case, we use NEF. And you have the unique registration facility when you want to you want to register your organization into the system. You use this service from the portal. Then we have the database with the calls for FP7, CIP, and we have also now for Horizon 2020. The documentation as well, all the reference documents, the legal basis, everything is there. And as of last week, we have also updated the section with documents for Horizon 2020. Then you have a legal and financial viability simulation tool, the proposal system, and also for experts, this is there is a service for experts to participate in the evaluation of proposals. So now the roles that you can find in the portal. So nowadays, since last year, we have changed a little bit the roles, and you can find them in the slide. So you have on the right, you have the roles that you have at the organization level. So any organization participating, they have a LEAR, a legal entity appointed representative. You have account administrators. You have what we call a financial signatory, which is a person that can be signing the financial statements electronically. And you have also, in another dimension, at project level, you have on other roles that allows you to interact with the other members of your consortium. So you have the coordinator side, you have the primary coordinator contact, then you have several coordinator contacts you can have, task manager, and team members. On the participant organization, you can also have a participant contact. You don't have a primary coordinator contact because it's a role specific for the coordinator. So if we go here in detail to the different explanation on the different roles, you see that you have one primary coordinator contact, which is the really point of contact between us and the consortium. This is role managed by the Commission. Then you have several coordinator contacts that can be appointed in the coordinator. The same for the participant. You have different participant contacts, and inside of the project you can define some team members that they have able to interact and put information on the project, and task managers as well. And as you can see, they can be designated by the coordinator or the participant because they belong to the same organization. On the legal entity side, as I was saying at the beginning, you have the self-registering is when the user that registers the organization in the URF and gets the draft PIC, which PIC is the participant identification code. It's really the code that we have in our database of your organizations. So when this person has registered the entity in the system, there is a process of validation in the Commission to see that everything is compliant, that we see that you are really an organization with legal validity. And then at that moment we validate the PIC. And then when we have validated, only this LEAR that you have assigned for the organization is the one that can modify those data. So it's the only person that can do it. And the legal entity appointment representative is a role managed by the Commission. The others, like account administrator or financial signatory, can be defined by you. I mean, that's something that you can assign several people to be account administrators, and also to have this role of financial signatory, which is quite interesting, and you're gonna be able to use it now for the signature of electronically signing the financial statements. And it's something that in the new framework program in Horizon 2020 will be also available for all the projects. You will have electronic signature everywhere for grant agreements and also for the financial statements. But for CIP, it will be only for signing electronically the cost claims, the financial statements. Some more words about the legal entities. So your legal entity has a PIC, as I was saying, a participant identification code, has 9 digits. It's unique for FP7. CIP will be the same for Horizon 2020. And it's unique for all the research DGs. So it's the same for us. And as you interact now with another project with RTD, you will have the same PIC. It's the same for the whole research area in the Commission. You cannot add a participant. You as a coordinator, you cannot add a participant if he doesn't have a PIC. So you have to find some participants with PIC. But I guess that you are aware because you are already set up your consortiums and you added your participants. But if you want to add new participants, be aware that they have to have a PIC. And this PIC is validated by the validation services in the Commission. You see you have here the contact details for FP7 and for CIP, which is more relevant for you. For Horizon 2020, normally there will be only one single validation entity. I mean, let's say entity. They will be not separated like here you see in FP7 and CIP, different contact points. It will be the same. And if you are coordinators, you can check the legal and financial validation status in F. There is a tab over there that I will show you later. How does it go if you want to interact with the validation services? You as a participant, as you see on the left, when you register your organization in URF, in the registration module of the participant portal, you receive a PIC, this identifier that I was just explaining, and then this goes to the validation services that will afterwards validate it, and the PIC will be a valid one. Then after you have this registration, the LEAR, the person that you have designated as the legal entity appointment representative, is the one that can modify, is the only one that can modify legal and financial data. But afterwards, you can also interact and add more participants and via net. But the only one that can really modify the legal and financial data of your organization is the LEAR. As you can see, is this validation services, a centralized entity in the Commission that deals with the validations. So what is the legal and financial validation? Even though you will have more information afterwards during the sessions that we'll have afterwards. Legal validation of all beneficiaries, of course, and financial validations of coordinators, all beneficiaries requesting more than the threshold. And there is an exception for public bodies, international organizations, secondary and higher education establishments, and participation when it's guaranteed by a member state of an associated state. But if you have more doubts about that, my colleagues, they will give you more information. That's just to give you a first overview of the legal and financial validation done in the Commission. You can always have access in NEF to this legal and financial validation. We call it light because it's a lighter report. It's something quite easy to check and to consult. And as you see here, you have the different participants in the project. The role, CEO is coordinator, PA is participant, and you can see the status of the legal and financial validation. Normally, if everything is green, it means that everything is okay. When you see a small, I would call it a small sheet of pink color, it means that some action must be taken, or there is still under validation, so there is not fully validated by the validation service in the Commission. And if you see something like that, you can also maybe ask your PO and to be sure what's going on. So that's on the first part, participant portal, roles. I don't know if so far you have any question, or is it clear for you? Yes, please.
I have a question concerning the Horizon 2020.
Can you please?
Yeah, I have a question because you said that the documents about Horizon 2020 are already available. I haven't found, but maybe it's my fault, any guide for participants with the structure of the proposals. I have the impression it's not available yet. Can you confirm it?
I haven't checked, I haven't gone through all the documents, but if you want, I could quickly make maybe I can show you quickly what.
Sorry, yeah, if you can at any point in time, it doesn't have to be done now. Yeah, thank you.
So maybe you can take note, and you want at the end of the presentation, I can make a quick, I can show you quickly the new participant portal, because probably you are not still familiar with the new structure, and like that you can afterwards find it easier to see where the documents are. So now we're going to the service that the negotiation, I mean the project management service, let's say. You have another question, sorry, I didn't see you.
I have one question about, you talked about LEAR, and then you also have persons authorized to sign. what do you have to do? What is the procedure if someone, if one of the beneficiaries has a change of layer or a changing of the persons that have to sign? Because I've asked this question, but I did not really get a good answer in the past. So is this the coordinator of the project who has to change these data? Is it the European Commission that has to change it? Is it the beneficiary itself who can change it?
For the LEAR, it's for sure the Commission has to agree on change the LEAR. I don't know exactly what is the procedure. I know that in terms of financial signatory, it's a role that is defined by the LEAR of the organization. So you can define several financial signatories in case somebody is away on holidays or whatever. You have the possibility of assigning different people, and like that, one of them will be able to sign electronically this the financial statements. And for the LEAR, as is the Commission, the one that has to, it's a role that is assigned by the Commission. For that, I think you need for sure the authorization of the Commission. It has to go through the Commission. For the other role, as it's you who design this role, you can change, you can add one or another.
Is it the beneficiary who has to change it into the portal, or yes?
So the layer is something which is connected to the entity. So it is the entity itself who has to contact these the REA or RTD validation team in order to change its layer. So you as coordinator should not be involved with the change of layer of another beneficiary.
So now we're going to go to the, let's call the project management service, which in DigiConnect, it works with the tool NEF, Negotiation Facility. So the first part, it's negotiation and amendments. I know that all of you are already gone through the negotiation phase, but anyway, there are a few concepts that might be interesting anyway for you to know. So what are the things that you can do with NEF? They are, of course, NEF, it's a tool that it's in the Commission, but it's in the back office, but it's also in the front office, meaning that it's a tool that you see integrated in the portal. So for you, the way to access NEF is via the portal. There is no other way. So we can consider as a service in the participant portal. So you can do negotiations for CIP and FP7 projects. As you can see, you were able to generate your parameterization forms, presenting for legal information, also the information about the project, description of work, all that information you can enter it via NEF. Then you can also do the amendments for all FP7 and CIP projects. And as you can see here, you use NEF to collect all the required information to do the amendment. And you can also do the periodic reporting phase, which is different depending on which DG you are in. So if you are in Connect, we use NEF also for periodic reporting. You have to, if you are having a project with RTD, with another research DG here in the Commission, probably you wouldn't see NEF. You will see another application behind the portal, which is called Force and Sesam. There are two different. There are one for the financial statements, another for the reporting. But for you, in Connect projects for CIP, you will use as well NEF. So that's just to give you an explanation. This is the mechanism that we have with NEF to interact with between you and the Commission. It's done via sessions. The sessions are always have the same workflow. So you open a session. I mean, the Commission opens a session. Sorry, by a project officer. Then the coordinator plus the beneficiaries provide the requested information. Then the coordinator is the only person that can submit all this data being collected from the coordinator and the beneficiary. When you submit, then the project officer, again in the Commission, they will check this information, and then either they accept and then you can say that you have finalized with the session, or you can go back because he rejects, and then we have to start again, and you have to change the data, update it, and give more information if that's what the PO tells you to do. So this is valid for negotiations and for amendments, and and I think it's also for project reporting. So it's the same mechanism all the time. So in negotiation, as you saw, you have some main documents, the grant preparation forms with information in the different parts A, and also the part B. I think you are all familiar with that. I don't know if you need to go more detail on the negotiation part, but you have to produce. This is the basis of this negotiation procedure, is to have those two documents, the grant preparation form and the Annex 1. So for negotiation and amendments, this is the same screen that you're going to see. This is NEF. You can see there you have the project information and the participant information. And you see there is a button on the top, Submit, that's only available for coordinators, not for participants. So you can see the two parts of the screen. And you have also the information of the description of work. So NEF, it's quite intelligent, let's say, and it will be able to guide you to fill in all the forms, and it will tell you whether there is some missing information or if there is some errors in what you are encoding. They will guide you into the finalization of the participant data, and also into submit the session. That's only, as I was saying, available to the coordinator. That's why it's important to know which role you are having into the portal, because that allows NEF to decide if you're going to be able to submit or not, among other things. So as you can see here down in the screen, you have to click on the checkboxes to notify me. The participants, they have to notify the coordinator that they finished their work by clicking on that checkbox. Can you postpone? Sorry. So I think it's, yeah. Okay, on the eligible cost that you have to encode, NEF is able to calculate the maximum contribution that we are going to provide for your project, and is based on several calculation rules that are behind, and as you can see, it depends on the type of project, indirect cost model, the maximum funding. All that will produce the maximum contribution that we will give to your projects, and that's NEF who makes the calculations. As I was saying, NEF is intelligent enough and has some controls for the projects. As you can see, the requested community contribution has to be less or equal to the calculated community contribution per beneficiary. You have, as you see, for the calculation, it's funded into. It depends on the percentages the rules that are behind the different activities, the cost model. And one thing that you have to know is that there is no decimals allowed, so they can have some truncation on your figures. But that's how it is designed. As you were able to see when you were negotiating, you can here you have the part A, which is the part from the let's say from the organizations, and you can also have the work plan table. You can have the work packages, deliverables, milestone. And then the narrative part B, you can also upload it there, and maximum 20 megabytes. So as you also saw when you were negotiating, the description of work, you have structured data that you can encode in NEF, and you have the narrative part that you can upload as a PDF. Again, you have here the different items for the project, work packages, deliverable, milestones, and as I was saying, the NEF is somehow intelligent, but it's not able to check the consistency between the manpower and work packages. So it's something that it's not there. Legal data, it's something that cannot be edited. So it's there, but it comes from the validation service, so you cannot edit it. And if you have to change any legal data, it has to go through the registration facility module in the participant portal, because that afterwards will arrive to the legal validation service that afterwards will validate or not And then once they have validated in their systems, it will be propagated to NEF, and you will see the changes in NEF. So now NEF, as some of you are aware as well, because I saw that some of you have been already doing some amendments in NEF. This is the tool for amendments. So the goal, as you might know, is to produce an amended version of the grant preparation forms and the description of work that you were producing in the negotiation. You have to try to reflect the legal and financial on the project scope changes. And so NEF is always pre-filled with the latest version of the grant agreement and the description of work. And it's quite similar to the way you used to work with NEF for the negotiations. So it's not so different. So some basic rules for amendments: try to react quickly. So send an amendment request as soon as you see that you require it. Once we open the NEF in session for amendments, try to also to complete the information as quickly as possible. And as it says here, the data should be ready by the time the request is submitted to the Commission. And there is one important rule to remember: an amendment cannot be launched during during the periodic reporting session. For NEF, is not possible. So you want to do the amendment first, finish your periodic reporting session, and then you will be able to do the amendment. So what is the difference between negotiation and amendments? You cannot delete beneficiaries in an amendment. You can terminate them, and then you will have the date of entry and date of termination. All the changes that are done for the legal data from URF, they will be reflected, as I was saying, for negotiations, but not automatically for amendments. So that's basically the things that you were doing with negotiations, and I guess already for you, some of you, with amendments. I don't know, you have any questions so far on this part?
How is the third parties associated to the beneficiaries? Because we have two projects where we have third parties, and they need to put we need to put data inside, but we don't know how, because there's no association to that actual legal partner. So how does it work?
I would guess that the third party can be linked in NEF to the beneficiary where the third party belongs to.
But how? I mean, do we? The Commission already, the PO already knows that there should be a link. So when we go into the actual NEF and try to get the details, or at least tell them that that third party should be linked to that beneficiary, a new window should open, but it doesn't, or new elements should be shown towards that, and nothing's shown.
The legal validation also applies to the third parties. So if the third party has not been legally validated in another project within the Commission, then it first has to get in contact with the RTD validation team. It has a PIC.
In CIP, it's different from FP7. Well, you have, in the call where you were in, third parties were only allowed for pilot A projects and only in specific cases. I will explain that later in my presentation. And I think for those of you that have third parties, that the option was chosen to not put these third parties into the grant agreement, but only mention them in Annex 1. In that case, this means that the financial statement that you will submit is a consolidated statement of the beneficiary and the third parties, and that you will have to specify and detail in the use of resources report which costs are for which third party.
The use of resources is with the NEF, so we'll have to, in the actual NEF, the reporting part, there should be an extra column, or I don't know, I mean, is it, where do you put it, that it's related to that third party in the use of resources?
There is also a narrative part where you can detail the costs, so you can put it there.
You said that in the amendment, changes in the legal status are not automatically transferred to the NEF. How do you do that? Because in reality, that part cannot be modified by the coordinator.
What do you mean? Can you?
Just said that change in legal data from ORF are not automatically reflected in amendments, but you cannot change them. So if it's not done automatically, how can you make sure that the current legal information is there? Because you cannot modify it. It is not modified automatically. There is no way you can do that. I mean, there is just the consequence of a second sentence in your slide. You say that in the amendments, the changes are not automatically transferred to NEF. But that is an information that as a coordinator you cannot modify. So if it is not modified automatically by RTD, there is no way you can change it. I don't know if I've been clear in my question.
You mean for any kind of data, or your specific?
No, just for the legal data, because you say in the second sentence, you say that legal data are updated automatically for the negotiation, but not for the amendments. But at the same time, the coordinator cannot change the legal data. So either they are automatically modified, or there is no way to modify them. So you could end up with a grant agreement which does not reflect the legal status. I mean, legal data are something that you find already preloaded by RTD. So if you say that they are not automatically updated for amendments, how can you update them? Because as a coordinator, you have no access to those.
Well, my understanding is that you have to open an amendment session, and then within the amendment session, it will be updated automatically by the URF. But in the course of the project, when NEF is like in silence, there is not an automated update when there is something changing at the side of the entities. But when you open an amendment session and we will approve the amendment, it will be reflected.
You change the wording of the slide because it can be confusing there.
Yeah, so it's not very clear, I'm sorry. Do you have any other questions for this part? Well, I guess that you are already familiar because you have been going through these processes. So let's go to the third part, which is more really relevant for you because it's what most of you are going to be confronted to right now, which is the periodic reporting. So as you see, reporting during the course of the project, deliverables you can send by email, and in the periodic report sessions, you have 60 days since the end of each periodic report, which is Article 4 of the Grant Agreement. Over there, you have to provide self-declaration, publishable summary, project objectives and achievements, project management, cost claim, CFS if it's more than 325,000 euros, and the user resources. And this you're doing using NEF. So this is the tool for the periodic reporting. So what are the responsibilities? For the coordinator, you have to collect the financial statements, any required, as I was saying, if it's more than 325,000 euros, the contribution for the beneficiary, the certificate of financial statements. You have to write the periodic technical report on the basis of the work performed with the information of all the beneficiaries. You have to submit the periodic reports using this tool, NEF. You have to provide clarifications or require additional information to the project officer related to the periodic report and its financial aspects. You have to be an intermediary between the project officer and the beneficiaries. That you as coordinators, those are your roles in this process, and your beneficiaries, they are required to complete the financial statements, what we call the Form Cs. They have to upload the certificate of financial statements if it's required, and they will have to sign off the financial statement and dispatch it to you. So periodic reporting, how do you access? You have in NEF, you have a small part, which is period summary. And how can you access, or who can access to this periodic reporting? For these instruments, CIP, PA, PB, PPN, NTN, AC, everybody can access it, all the partners. But for the lump sum, TN lump sum, only the coordinator can access this section. So what do you have to upload here as information? You have to put the cost claim. It's a structure because you have a screen in NEF in which you can enter this data. And on the bottom part of the screen, I mean, the cost claim is for each of you, beneficiary or coordinator, and the part that is down is for the coordinators, in which you have to upload all the periodic reporting that I just mentioned before, the declaration, the summary, all this information you have to upload it in this part. So in the periodic reporting, in the cost, you see when you go into this area here on the top, financial statement, you will be redirected to this screen in which you have several tabs. First is cost, which is the place where you type your cost incurred in the period. In other, you can put receipts, declaration of interest, yield and pre-financing, certificate on the financial statements, if requested amount is more than 325,000 euros. Signature. In signature, you will see the name of the person that is authorized to sign these financial statements. And in comment, you can put additional comments that will be you want to share it with the project officer. So, as you can see, here is the other section that I just said, in which you can add declaration of receipts, interest yield, and the CFS. So that's in case you are more than 325,000 euros. Signature. In signature, this is the screen that you see with the declaration of honor and the person that is signing. And it can be the name of the person that signs on paper, or if you sign electronically, it will be also the person that is signing, because this role, financial signatory. Some explanation of some changes that happened as of this year. So this year we introduced the electronic signature for the financial statements. So how does it work? Normally you work as normally. It doesn't matter if it's for electronic or not. You write the Form C, you load the scanned copies, then the participant coordinator and the participant contact and the coordinator contact identify the Form C as ready for signature. And then now, which is the new thing, is that there is the role that you have designed in your organization to be designated to be the financial signatory. You will have the possibility of electronically sign those Form Cs and submit them, including the certificates. Then this information, once signed, will arrive to you, to the coordinators, and they will be able to reject these financial statements, and they will go back to the beneficiary. They will have to do the same process again. Or you approve, also in the system, and they will be submitted, these financial statements and the certificates. And then in the commission, we'll have an electronic receipt for each of the Form C, and one with the consolidated receipts, Form Cs. So what do you see? What will you be able to see? So normally, for those with the role financial signatory, they will have this screen which notify them that they can do the electronic signature, and they'll have to press the button, and it will be electronically signed. And in the PDF, there will be in the Form C, they will have an electronic. There will be let's say an icon with a seal saying that this has been electronically signed by the beneficiaries. So we introduced this electronic signature this year for FP7, for all the projects that were signed for FP7 as of 1st of January. They use by default this financial signature, this electronic signature mode. But for CIP, we decided to do it only for those grants of the call 7. So call 7 by default, they have the electronic signature for the cost claims, for the financial statements. But for your call and the previous ones, you don't have it by default. So what you have to do is you have to request an amendment to have the possibility of using this electronic signature. Because like that, it will trigger the process of your leader appointing the financial signatory, and then this financial signatory will have the role of the possibility of signing electronically. So please, if you don't have this in your grant agreement, the electronic signature, you can have it via an amendment. So please, you can ask your PO, and you can introduce it as another amendment, like you do for other things. And as I was saying, for Horizon 2020, not only we have electronic signature for financial statements, we will also have it for grant agreements. So if you participate in Horizon 2020, you will also sign the grant agreement electronically. We are trying to get rid of all the paper. Of course, you will be able to print it, read it, and keep it for yourself, but you don't have to send it to us as you were doing.
Yeah, may I ask a question? Because I'm not sure I understood well how this financial authorized signature will work. I mean, the layer will appoint it, and so it means that he or she will have its login in the ECAS, right? Then the coordinator or the participant contact compile the cost claim, then save the data, and then send it to the authorized signatory. It means that it will receive an email or a notification, or how it will work.
Normally, the financial signatory can be one person, can be the same person that has the role of participant coordinator. So that's up to you to see who you want this to be the person that signs these financial statements. And normally, once the information is filled, as you see, there's a notification sent to the financial signature. I think it might be by email, but I'm not sure, or it's in the tool itself. I think it might be by email, but I can check to be sure. And then this person will see, okay, either with this email or when they go in the participant portal, say, "Oop, I have something that I can sign," and they will have the button to sign this financial statement. And then once it's signed, it will be on the coordinator side. You will see also that you have received the financial statements with the signature, the signature, electronic signature, and then you will be able to submit again with the button that you have normally, and you will be able to submit all these forms, and then you don't need to send them with the blue ink signature.
So this will be applicable also to sign the grant agreement for Horizon 2020?
This same mechanism for financial statements, it's applicable for Horizon 2020, but in addition, the process of signing the grant agreement after the negotiation, when you sign the grant agreement, you will do it also using this mechanism. You will have, instead of F sign, there will be another role called L sign, legal signatory. That will be the person that could sign these grant agreements in the future. Like that, you don't have to be signing on the paper.
Well, no, I was just thinking that it could be a bit difficult, because usually the legal representatives signing the grant agreement is the president or some person that usually it's difficult that I mean, has all the access to the participant portal, etc. So it would be quite a longer procedure to get these people.
If everything is ready to sign, then they receive an email. Maybe it's easier, just go there, click, and you don't have to be sending the papers, or maybe even if they are on holidays, receive the email. They press the button, because in the notification normally you have also the link. You go there and you will be able to sign. And for this process, but it's something that will come next year. I'm on this still sign. I don't know how the process of appointing this legal signatory will be done, because for financial signatory you can assign several people For a legal signatory, I'm not so sure, but I'm not a specialist, so I cannot tell you what the process will be. But the whole idea is you don't have to send paper, the mail. Sometimes maybe it can get lost or it can be late, and you can do it at any time. I mean, you have access to internet, which is quite normal right now nowadays. So just have you receive notifications. You just have to, with a click, everything is sent. You don't have to worry anymore about the mail or about a signatory that it's missing, or that's the whole idea. Yes.
Similar just asked, so the minister, to take an example, will receive an email with a link for him to register into the participant portal, to access this, to click on submit. The second question is, how is everything countersigned? Because currently we have the beneficiary signing, the coordinator signing, and it's countersigned by the European Commission, and it's got 3 paper processes. That's the current version. So how is it then going to be legally signed by the 3 parties? And my third question is to say, what's the time frame for doing this? Will we still have 45 days to get that process of a minister getting into NEF to sign things? Thank you.
I'm not saying that it's the minister. I am saying for the legal signatory, I don't know exactly what are the details of how the mechanism is going to be implemented, and if there can be the possibility of having more than one L sign. That I cannot tell you right now because this process is ongoing. But we can, of course, maybe we can take note of the question, and I will ask the person that has more information about it. Then the mechanism of, as you were saying, of countersigning, it can be like you see here. Instead of an F, you see an L. So the L of the beneficiary signs adds their when you sign, you add the signature to the PDF and it's sealed. Then the next person in the loop, which is the coordinator, signs again, clicks the button. It adds their signature electronically in the PDF. And again, the commission, when they receive it, the person, the director, or the person that is able to the authorizing officer, they will also click, and then you will have the seal of the signature of this person. So that will be added to the PDF, and that's how technically I see that it's going to be implemented. I don't know the details because I'm not involved in this in the requirements, but as I was saying, we will give you more details, and probably you will also receive some email soon. I mean, if you want to participate in Horizon 2020, for those of you interested and that will participate, you will receive more information about how this mechanism will work, because this new way of interacting for the grant agreement will require a last blue ink signature, meaning that the LIAR will have to, you will have to receive you will have to give a last, let's say, approval for a person that you designate as your every organization will have to increase the powers of the LIAR, meaning that you will have to give the LIAR the possibility of assigning legal signatories for your grant agreements. That's will how the process will work. You will have to sign a new let's say form in which you give your LIAR more powers to do things for your organization and interact with us, especially for the legal signatory.
But
do that, then you don't have to do any more signature on paper. Everything is electronically. Forever, hopefully. And the time frame, I guess it will be the same, no? They shouldn't change.
Yes, thank you. I think I have to ask for a clarification regarding electronic signature. For the ones in projects like ours, electronic signature is a big topic. It can go from qualified electronic signature, it can go low to software signature. So what have to be done on our side? Does it have the consequence that we have to distribute electronic signature cards to our minister or to our legal representative? I think we have to clarify that, because unfortunately the term electronic signature is so broad understanding that it's very important, because if you don't write it at the beginning, you will get a lot of questions.
In this case, it's not that you have to connect with your ID. It's really electronically means that you don't use the paper, you use the application, the systems are in place, and you just click. In our case, it's quite light. Let's say it's clicking on the button. We know we have your role already in the system, because through your ECAS password, your ECAS login and password, we know your roles. We know that you are a F signatory. So that's the way we validate. We know that you, by clicking the button, you are the person that you register to the. You enter the participant portal, you enter the application, and electronic signature means that by clicking there, you are signing that the electronic form.
Sorry, but the legally validity of an application signature is not identical to a person handwriting a contract. I think it would be very wise if you let the legal department check about that.
For the legal signature, they are, of course, in the loop. That's clear. That's why I'm saying that I cannot give you all the details about the legal signature it would come for Horizon 2020. I'm just explaining you that they will come, so you are aware that the mechanism will be in place. I'm just saying that it might, let's say, map the same process that we have here, but I guess that it will change because it's not the same. But for financial signatory, it's the way it works is by clicking on the button with your credentials that you have from ECAS. It's enough for the system to identify that you are the person, and for the Commission, it will be enough to accept the financial statements. For the, when you talk about blue ink signature, well, how do we know that somebody is not forging something? But I'm not a legal expert, and I don't want to enter in this debate because it's not my field. But I just want to pass the message that for Horizon 2020, also grant agreements will be signed electronically.
So it is in place since 1st of January, and it's happening for a lot of FP7 projects. It's now all across the research family, so also the projects in RTD, they have the same thing. In H2020, it is applicable for all grants. So, but we take the point. But for those projects which are from call 6 and earlier, it's clear that it is not mandatory. Of course, in order to facilitate the whole process, we encourage you to go for the amendment. But if you are now very close to a reporting end of a reporting period, we would not encourage you to go for the amendment right now, because it may delay the whole process, the payment. And it is possible that your first payment is done by the paper versions, and then later on you switch to the electronic way of working. So it's only for those projects which are from call 7, but that is only a majority. I think here representing projects from call 7, for which it is mandatory to do the e-submission of C forms. So that's just to clarify the issue.
So maybe to continue with periodic reporting, what you need to know is that we have a clock in place. So 90 days will start counting with the first submission of the cost claim by the coordinator for the payment. Other screens you have, except for the Form C, the other screens are read only, because if you change those screens, that means that you will go in through an amendment. No amendment session, as I was saying before, can be launched during the periodic reporting session. So be sure that all the changes in the consortium have been processed before, because otherwise you will have to. You cannot go on with the. You cannot be amending that during the periodic reporting phase. And I was saying, a submission of the cost claim is for projects from CIP call 7 or onward. I mean, this is the last call for CIP, so that will be the last for the last call, we can it can be fully electronic, or if you go through an amendment. So if you want to use the electronic facility, electronic submission and signatory of the financial statements, you can do it via an amendment, or if you, as in the case for call Cs or before, you don't see the need, or you don't feel comfortable, or you simply don't want to use this new facility, don't do it, and you can go via the blue ink signature. But be aware that for Horizon 2020, you will be forced to do it electronically. So maybe it's a good idea to start getting prepared if you think of participating in Horizon 2020. Last word on support. So we have a dedicated website. You can see here the link, but you will find it in the presentation that it's in the digital agenda website, in which we explain how to use NEF basically. So you have explanation on the concepts like NEF sessions, NEF users, transactions that you can do, basically amendment, negotiation, and periodic reporting, and you will see all the forms that you can use with NEF. So this page was more dedicated for only for NEF, meaning that only for Connect projects, because they are the ones that use NEF all the time. But we are going to be putting more information also for those projects that fall under other DGs and that use Force and SESAM for reporting, which is another, and cost claim, which is another tool. So we'll put all the information for FP7 and CIP will be, and it is already in this web page. So don't hesitate to go there, and you have any doubt on how to use the tool. We have some videos in which we explain how to fill in the different forms, how to go through the different process, and it's quite handy. And of course, also in the portal, you have a support button, a functionality in which you will be able to contact the what we call the EFP7, but soon we will change the name because they will be also supporting Horizon 2020, the help desk, that it's there for you. And you have any questions, and then you have some troubles with the portal or the services that are inside the portal, like NEF. You can also fill in this form, and then the help desk we will contact you to see what's the problem and try to help you solving it. So that's all from the IT tools. I know you have some other questions for this periodic reporting part. Anyway, I don't know if you have any email that they can. Yeah.
Yeah, the ICT operations email, by which you were also invited to attend this session. You can also use it for your questions. Sure.
And maybe just to end with this, you know what is the concept, let's say the acronym that was not in the presentation? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But all the rest you saw it in the a demonstration of the participant portal. Can I? As I was saying before, the portal is different from what it used to be in the past. So when you enter here, you have the home button, of course, where you give the explanation of Horizon 2020. As you see, it's more Horizon 2020 focused, but you can find also the information of the previous calls, and if you go to funding opportunities, here you have the information of the new calls for Horizon 2020 that are published. And you can filter by different criteria here. You have also filter possibility here. I don't know, and you can go through. You want to participate for Horizon 2020. Plus, you have all the still remaining calls for FP7 in this case. So the information is there. You can see the call updates. Well, this information it was before also in the portal. How to participate? It will explain you what are the steps if you want to participate and submit a proposal. There is
check if they're available, because I think they are not. If you stay on that screen, if you go
what
down,
do you want to see? Sorry?
Actually, if you go down in that screen, when they say how to participate, I think it's step 4.
Yes.
No, sorry, down. Submit your project proposal.
Normally here you have access, apart from the portal, we
Yeah.
have created what we call the H2020 online manual.
Yeah.
And
But
it's true.
those are not available.
Yeah,
That is the
because
problem.
they are still working on some parts of the content. I will check with my colleagues, but there are already a lot of the content is already available.
Well, photo there is a very important piece, which is a guide for participants.
I will take note, and I will ask my colleagues to revise. I'm sure that they are still going, because the process of putting all the information it was a bit short, so they had a lot of bit of rush, and they didn't have maybe enough time to put all the information. But I will tell them. And this is basically the online manual. What are the business explanation, let's say, on what you have to do in each of the processes. It goes for grants, but it also, if you work as an expert, you have also information on how to interact with the participant portal. What we will add also soon is another button that leads you to the page in which we have the explanation on how to use the tools. As I told you, we have this online support website for FP7 CIP. We will also add another one for H2020, in which you will be able to see how to interact with the tools for the call for H2020. Here you have reference documents. You click here on the left side. You see. Okay. And you see here documents for H2020, all the legal basis for the different programs, and so the information is already there. Also, if you are an expert, you have also your section here, in which they explain you how to interact, how to create your profile, how to request to participate in H2020 evaluations, always through ECAS. And important here, support. We have this is the new name of the help desk. It's Horizon 2020 Help Desk. I'm sorry, this is more for business. And if you have any question for the IT, you have the IT help desk. You have any problem with the tools, with NEF, with URF for the registration of entities, for the tools for experts, you will submit a form, and they will get in contact with you. There is also glossary. There is FAQs, and if you don't have an ECAS password still, you have to log in, you have to register, of course. But if you have already a login, you just have to go normally external, and you put your login and your password. That's how it works, which is the same as before. So this is the new look and feel of the participant portal, and that's what you will be faced for Horizon 2020. And also for your current projects in CIP or FP7.